constituency level, you get a different accreditation. At the regional level, you also get a different accreditation. And this would be provided 4,500 accreditation to enable media houses access the 276 constituency collation centers and the 16 regional collation centers. Additionally, the Commission has decided, in consultation with the GJ and GIBA, to leave the distribution of the accreditation cards solely to the GJ and GIBA. So what we are doing, and I did mention, I may not have mentioned it, but we are hoping that by Sunday we would have the 4,500 cards available to, as we will present this to GIBA and the GJ to pick up. Some have argued that in the spirit of transparency, every single media house should be allowed to every constituency collation center without accreditation. It is important to highlight that for security purposes, we need to accredit everybody who goes to any of our centers. Even as commission staff, as commissioners and as directors and as staff, we will also be accredited. It is important to accredit them. However, we are also mindful of the sizes of our collation centers, and so we believe that it will be on a first come, first served basis. Once the room is full, accreditation has been given, and therefore it is on a first come, first served basis. If this room can take 150 and there are 300 people outside, surely the room cannot take them. So I believe that as media leave, others will be allowed in, and so on and so forth. But it will surely be on a first come, first served basis, because unlike the polling stations, where it's widely spread and it's in open spaces, these are in enclosed spaces, and it has not been possible to get huge conference facilities in the constituencies. I must reiterate that the cards for the constituency, regional and national collation centers would be provided to the leadership of the GJ and GIBA, and they would in turn distribute this to the media houses. As you saw from our memo, the initial plan was to have our officers do the distribution. But we know that your parent bodies, they have the list. They are able to determine, to ensure that wide coverage, that adequate coverage. And therefore, we have, in consultation with them, agreed that all the cards will be made available to them. I'd like to end by thanking you, our media partners. But maybe before I do that, it's important to highlight that under the arrangement, that under the previous arrangement, if you go by the letter that we have provided to our staff and you do the calculation, it meant that we were going to provide 3,308 accreditation cards to the media to access the constituency, regional and national, the constituency and regional collation centers. And so if you look at the memo and you do the calculations, that is the number that you had. I think one of the challenges that the GJ expressed and GIBA expressed was that, they want to be able to do the distribution themselves. That for all they felt that even if that was the case, they wanted to do the distribution themselves. We have, being a listening commission, being a responsive commission, and following our discussions with them, we have increased that number from the 3,308 to the 4,500 accreditation cards that we are presenting to them. And I believe that they will ensure that all the media houses, on their radar have access to these cards to ensure a very, very good coverage. We are also, they have the responsibility, now that we provided them with the cards. We have done our bit, and we assure you that 4,500 cards will be available on Sunday evening for pick up by the leadership of the GGA and GIBA. We've done our bit, and we hope that they will also take the bait and ensure that there's a media house in every space and every nook and cranny of this nation, covering our elections and bringing and shedding light on all our activities to ensure that the truth, the facts are brought to the doorstep of every Ghanaian. I'd like to thank you, our media partners. You have walked this journey with us. Through your lenses and your pens, we have been able to bring our activities to the doorstep of every citizen who cares to know. We need you in every corner and every space to capture the facts, to capture the evidence, to capture the truth. We encourage you to be objective in your reportage. Let us put our dear nation Ghana first and remember that she is the only country we have. Indeed, when all is done on the 7th of December and in the days following, Ghana must and will stand as the beacon of democracy in Africa. May God bless the media of Ghana. May God bless his beloved nation, Ghana. May God bless the Electoral Commission of Ghana.
Amen.
May God bless the elections of 2024.
Amen.
And make our dear nation, his beloved nation, great and strong. Thank you.